All right, today I'm going to be trying a fun little math game. I don't know if you want to call it a game. It's sort of like a game, I guess you could say. It's something I found, not even found, it just kind of showed up in like a recommended for you type situation on YouTube. So I completely forget what the channel was called. It's not a channel I follow or anything. And I only watched the video for 4 minutes or so. But basically what it is you start with 3 like digits between 0 and 9, so like 0, 0, 0 or 1, 1, 1, and you have to figure out a way using basic mathematical, plus, minus, and all that, whatever those are called, mathematical symbols, to make it equal to 6. Now, the rules also include that you can only use addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, square root, only square though, you can't do cube root, fourth root, or anything like that, only square root, and factorial, which for some reason you can't use summation. I don't understand that. If you can use factorial, why can't you use summation? But it still works. You're able to get through them all. So anyways, when I saw this video, at first it was just interesting, like, oh, that's cool, what's this all about? And then I just watched him solve one help. Now, he did them out of order. I'm going to do them in order. I'm going to go 0 through 9, straight through like that. He started with the ones that, I don't know, he thought was easiest or something. So, he started with 2. Obviously, 2 is simple. And then I think he went to 4. I don't know how 4 would be considered easy, but anyways, after that, I stopped watching because I was like, hold on, this seems like a fun little game. I want to see if I can solve this. So, yeah, so in a way, you could say I cheated on 2 and 4. I mean, 2 is simple. Come on, how do you make 2 equal 6 if you have 3 2's? Plus. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. But, yeah. So, let's get it. Alright, so let's get into this. I hope this comes out looking good. This is like a weird off-white color notepad I got. But anyhow, starting off, we're going to go, like I said, in order. We're going to do 0. So, 0, 0, 0 has to equal 6. So how do you get zeros to equal 6? Well, like this. It would be ba-da-ba-bum, ba-da-da, 0 factorial plus 0 factorial plus 0 factorial. Ba-da-da-ba, factorial, that whole equation would equal 6. How is this true? Well, for starters, in case you're not fully aware of what factorial really is, factorial is you multiply all the whole integers from the starting point down. So, like 3 factorial would be 3 times 2 times 1, which is 6. For some reason, though, 0 factorial is 1. There was a whole proof that I meant to look into to understand why this is true. I've just always taken it for granted. Teacher said 0 factorial is 1 and 1 factorial is 1, so I just went with it. But I do want to learn why that's the case. But anyhow, so 0 factorial is 1. So now you would have 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3, factorial, 6, like I just said. So, oddly enough, on paper, this one looks hard. Like, how are you going to get zeros to equal 6? But pretty easy, actually. So, starting out strong. So, there's zeros. Is there any... I want to try to think of all the ways it could do it, but I don't think there'd be anything else. That's kind of it. I mean, what else are you really going to do? You can't say times 0 factorial times 0 factorial because that's just 1. And then 1 factorial is 1. So I guess we're done there. Let's try ones now. You have 1, 1, 1 equals 6. Okay, so that's basically the... So actually, you can do it a couple ways. So the first one is you would just do this. 1 plus 1 plus 1, factorial would equal 6. Same thing as above, only you're taking out that first step of making this one. This one you have to make it a 1 by doing 0 factorial. This one it's already there. So 1, 2, 3, factorial 6. Another one, if you want to be an idiot and just go over the top, is... I mean, you could just make these factorials, make it look a little more fancy for no reason. 1 factorial is still 1. And then just factorialize that. 6. 1 factorial is 1, plus 1 plus 1 is 3, factorial 6. Any other goofy things we can do here? Let's see. 1 No, that wouldn't be high enough. I was gonna say maybe like 1 divided by 1 is 1, and then 1 plus 1, but that's only 2. So that might be it for those. All right, let's see what we can do with 2. Oh, 2 is easy, but 2 actually has a lot. If you really want to be ridiculous and break it down, there's the easy, obvious one. 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. You could be stupid and do 2 factorial plus 2 factorial plus 2 factorial equals 6, because that's still just 2. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 2 times 1 is 2 is 4. You could do goofy stuff like this. 2 times 2 plus 2 equals 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. Then also you could add in factorial anywhere. I'm not going to write all these down, but you could do 2 factorial plus 2 plus 2 factorial, or 2 factorial times 2 plus 2 factorial, or 2 factorial times 2 plus factorial plus 2 factorial, or, you know, just go crazy with the factorials if you want to make it look sexy and way over the top for no reason. Another way we can do this, though, is like this. It would be, let's see, 2 plus 2 divided by 2 factorial would be 6. 2 divided by 2 is 1, plus 2 is 3, factorial, 6. Again, you can also add in all the factorials here. You can do 2 factorial plus 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial, factorial equals 6, or, yeah, so the list really goes long if I were to write it all out. But that should be sufficient enough. These are kind of hidden in, so 0, 1, 2, kind of making like pointers so you can see it. I'm running out of space. Man, I gotta go up to 9, and I'm only at 2. I thought I could fit more down here. How far down can you see? You can see up to here. Let's put a line. Let me think about 3. 3's kind of a big boy too. Oh well, we'll do 3 up here. So 3s, how do you make 3s work? 3 has to equal 6. How do you do this? Okay, so you could do this 3 plus 3 minus 3, and then factorialize that would be 6. So you would have 3 plus 0 factorial 6. You could also make this 3 minus, makes no difference whether you're adding 0 to 3 or subtracting 0 from 3, and then factorializing it. You could do, what else was there? I thought this kind of had a lot, just like 2 did. Let me think. 3 factorial is 6. Now, obviously, you could be a moron and do all these. Oh, no, you couldn't. Oh, yeah, you could. You could do all these as 3 factorial. Right out the gate, this would be 6, and then it would be plus 6 minus 6. So instead of factorializing the whole thing, you would just do 3 factorial plus or minus 3 factorial minus 3 factorial equals 6. 6 plus or minus 6 minus 6 equals 6. Well, it's not plus or minus, it's plus, boom, and then that has to be a constant, so that way then you get the 0. Basically, 3 factorial plus or minus 0 equals 6. What else could we do? 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. Can't do cube root, so that's not an option. 3 times 3 is 9, and then you can square root it, but then you get that other 3 hanging out, so that don't work. That's 3 plus 3 is 6, but then you get that extra 3. Actually, that's something you could do. Oh wait, no you can't. 3 plus 3 is 6, but then divided by 3 is 2. I was thinking it'd be 3 again, I'm an idiot. 3 plus 3 is 6. I'm just trying to think. Because that is your 6, but then you can't do anything with 3. Could make it 0 though, because then you could say minus 3 factorial. 6 times 6 square root. Ooh, wait, hold on. Square root. What did I just say now? You could do 3 times 3. Hold on. Let me think about this. No, 3 plus 3. And then you could do times 3 factorial square root the whole thing, right? Would equal 6. 3 plus 3 is 6, times 6 is 36, square root is 6. Yeah, there you go. What if we factorialize this whole thing, man?
3 factorial is 6. Plus 3 factorial would be 6. That's 12. 12, that's too clunky now. 12, 18, that doesn't have a square root. 12 plus 6 is 20. I mean, 12 plus, no, it's still 18. Yeah, good enough for now. Don't want to be stuck on 3 forever. So let's do 4 now. 4 equals 6. Okay. For a second I thought, wait, how do you do 4? Which is funny because that's the one I saw in the video. I think I saw 2 and 4 like I said. But now I just got it. So you do this. You do 4 minus 4 divided by 4 factorial equals 6. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 factorial, we've already shown a million times, is 6. Keep forgetting to put my dash here. I don't think there's really anything else. Is there? 4 times 4 is 16. Times 4 is high. Plus 4 is 20. 4 plus 4 is 8. Plus 4 is 12. Times 4 is 32. 4 factorial is what, 24? 6 times 4 equals 24. Yeah, hold on. No, because I have too many 4s over here. 4 factorial is 24, but then I was thinking if you could divide it by 4, but how would you do that? It is is that right? That's 6 times 4 is 24. Yeah, 6 times 4 is 24. And then you have 8 over here. 24 divided by 8. I mean, it's doable, but it's 3. Oh wait, but then you can factorialize it. Holy crap, so you can make a really weird... Alright, let me do this. So you can do 4 factorial divided by 4 plus 4. And then this would be factorialized, right? Would equal 6. Man, that is goofy. 24 divided by 8 is 3. Factorial is 6. Huh. There's a new one. See, I'm thinking these through with you guys. I didn't know about this one before. I just came up with that now. Same as this one. I didn't know that one before. I just came up with it. Because, I mean, I did briefly think this through before I made this video just to make sure I could do all the numbers. But I'm thinking more now. That one's silly. Just thought of that. Anything else you can do? Let's see. 4 plus 4 plus 4, that's just 12. I mean, divide by 2, but you can't do that. Can't add in numbers. Let's see. 4 times 4 is 16 divided by 4. Ooh, and then you get stuck. Hold on, though. 4 times 4 is 16. Divided by 4 is 4. Square root is 2. And then factorial is just 2. Dang it. 4 minus 4 is 1. 4 divided by 4 is 1. And then 4 factorial is 24. Minus 1, 23. Plus 1, 25. That doesn't do anything. Good enough. Let's try 5s. 5s. Makes me think of Star Wars. Alright, so 5s are... Alright. So 5s are basically like the same idea as 4. You would just do 5 plus 5 divided by 5, and that equals 6. 5 divided by 5 is 1, plus 5, 6. Is there really anything else you can do? Let's see, what would 5 factorial be? Well, geez, that's 24 times 5. Which is what? 100? 24 divided by 5? Yeah, you're not going to get 6 out of 100, though. Let's see. 5 plus 5 is 10. Divided by 5 is 2. That doesn't help. 5 minus 1 is 4, and then, well, you're kind of stuck because you need we did 4s, but you need a bunch of 4s to make the 4s work. You can't just have one. Let's see, 5 times 5 divided by 5 just brings you back to 5. 5. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know. Let's go to 6. Ugh, gross number to have to write, but then at least you get a 4th one over here. So 6 is sort of easy, I guess. It would just be 6 plus or minus 6 minus 6 equals 6. 6 plus 0 equals 6. 6 minus 0 equals 6. Anything else that you can do with this? 6. Does 6 have a square root just to fool around? No. What would its closest thing be? 3 and 2? Neither one of them are square roots, so nah, it does nothing. Factorial would be really high. You're looking at what, 600? Is this right? I feel like these numbers are blowing up. 24 times 5? 5 times 4 is 20, 0 calculated 2. 24 times 5, that's 20. It's 120. Jeez, it's even more than I said. Which actually does go into... Oh wait, no, 5. So now 120 times 6? What is that? 612, 2 carry the 1, 6, 720? Jeez. 6 factorial is huge. Anyway, is that it for 6? That looks kind of boring. I mean, it is kind of right there, though, right where it needs to be. 6. If you do 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 6 is 18. It doesn't have square roots or anything. 6 divided by 6 is 1. Divided by 6 is 0.1667. Oh, you could do this also then. You could do 6 divided by 6 divided by 6 equals 6. Divide them all through. So 6 divided by 6 is 1, and then 6 divided by 1 is 6. Just throw divisions straight through. That might be about it. We'll go on to 7s now. 7 equals 6. Okay, kind of the same idea as 6, just go in the other direction. So you're going to do 7 minus, this one actually doesn't have a plus or minus option because you need that 1. So 7 minus 7 divided by 7 equals 6. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 7 minus 1, 6. What else we got? 7 times 7 is 49. Times 7 is very high. 7 times 7 is 49. Divided by 7. Oh, that just made me think of another one for 6. 6 times 6 is 36 divided by 6. So you do 6 times 6 divided by 6 equals 6. 6 times 6 equals 36 divided by 6, back to 6. 7s, that wouldn't work. It'll just bring yourself back to 7. 7 square root doesn't have one. 749 does, and then it brings you back down to 7. But then what are you going to do? Square root of 7 times 7 would be 7, but then you have another 7. What do you do with that? You divide by each other? Well, then you just get 1. We're not trying to get 1, we're trying to get 6. And then if you want to... Hey, wait, now I've just thought of something else crazy that you could maybe do. You could do... For 6 at least, you could do this. You can do 6 times 6 square root, so that brings you back to 6, times 6. You're at 36, but then square root that whole thing, and that gets you down to 6 as well. So 6 times 6 square root is 6, times 6 is 36. Square root that thing, and now you're back at 6. Kind of over the top and unnecessary, but it's goofy. Yeah, 7 might be dead just as that. Hey, it works. We get a 6, but I can't think of anything else. Now 8. 8 I think is probably the hardest one because it's 8. What are you gonna do? I mean, there's a lot you could try to get to that did work. That's a multiple of 8, but how do you factor in that multiple? Like 8 to 4, well, that's half. How do I half all of this? I can't add numbers. You know what I mean? It's only the whatever these are called, plus minus and stuff. Same as 2. Well, that's a quarter, but how do I get down to a quarter? If I could get this to turn into a 2, then we have all this that we can go back to. If I could get this down to a 4, you have all this. So the only thing right now that I can think of that we could do is this. You would do 8, I think this is plus, yeah. 8 divided by 8. That brings us to 9. 8 divided by 8 is 1, plus 8 is 9. And then what you would want to do is square root that. So you get down to 3, and then factorialize it, and that's 6. It's really the only thing I can think of right now, at least. 8 divided by 8, 1, plus 8, 9, square root 3, factorialize that, 6. Is there anything else you could do, though? 8 times 8, 64, divided by 8, that just brings you back to 8. 8, square root of 8, that's not an even thing. It would be 2 square roots of 2. So that's no good. Factorial, nah, that's gonna be massive. 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 8, oh, that's 24. That brings us back to something over here, one of these, but I don't know where it was, but now we're out of numbers. 8 times 8 is 16. I mean, no, 64. 8 plus 8 is 16. Plus 8 is 24. And now we're dead in the water. We used all our 8s and we're at 24. If we had one more 8, though, you can't get 8 to 24 with just 2 of them. Can't multiply them, can't add them, that's 16. No square roots, factorials is huge. That might be it. Man, it's kind of disappointing though. I want to find a lot, like these ones. There's a lot, there's a few. I don't think there's anything. Factorial, like at this point on, is too impractical. I mean, it could be practical. It's just going to be massive numbers, and trying to do that in my head ain't going to work. Same as 7. 7 looks a little pathetic. That's weak right there. That's it. I don't know. I guess that's all. We still solved, though. That's all that matters. I mean, I'm just trying to think of as many as we can get. At the end of the day, it's still solved, and that's really all the whole point of the game was just to figure out the solution. So anyways, 9's. 9's pretty easy. Since we basically did that right here, all you gotta do is say 9 plus or minus 9 minus 9. So 9 minus 9 is 0, plus or minus, doesn't matter, you still have 9. Then you just square root that and factorialize that, and you get 6. 9 minus 9 is 0. Plus or minus 9 is still 9. Square root is 3. Factorial, 6. You could also do 9. You could do 9 times 9, 81 divided by 9. So 9 times 9 divided by 9, that brings you back to 9. And now you would take this whole answer and do the same thing as before. Square root and factorialize it, 6. I was also just thinking square rooting each one. Then you would get down to 3's. And then basically everything we did in the 3's you could do again. So you could do square root of 9, square root of 9. Square root of 9 for everything to, how do I put this in words? Square root of 9 brings you to C-3. Basically, you can just square root all these and you'd be right back here. So if you do square root of 9 plus the square root of 9 minus square root of 9 factorial, you'll have 6. Do the square root of 9 factorial plus or minus square root of 9, blah, blah, blah. And same as here. Square root of 9 plus the square root of 9 times the square root of 9 factorial. Square rooted would be 6. Because that's the same. So that kind of gives you 1, 2, 3. That gives you 5 for 9, so that's cool. Now, anyways, this game was only 0 through 9. But I solved this for 10 as well. So, I don't know if 10 was supposed to work, but it did for me. So I thought, hey, cool, bonus. Actually, let me put that bonus. So, how do you do 10? Simple. Whoops, I don't want that line. You're going to do 10 minus 10 divided by 10. That brings you to 9. Square root brings you to 3. Factorialize it. Boom, there's your 6. 10 divided by 10 is 1. 10 minus 1 is 9. Square root is 3. Factorial, 6. I don't know if there's any other options. 10 times 10 is 100. Divided by 10 brings you back down to 10, but you're stuck. 10 plus 10 is 20. Divided by 10 is 2. You can't do anything with just 1, 2, though. See, now, if you could use summation, that would work. Because now you could get it down to 2, then you'd say 2 summation. Summation would be 2 plus 1, 3, and then you could factorialize that. But they don't let you use summation for these rules. So anyways, though, 10 square root. Does 10 have a square? No, it doesn't. What's the closest? Nothing. Square root of 5 times the square root of 2? That's nothing. Does 20 have one? Square root of 20? No. 20 would just be 2 square roots of 5. Let's see. How about 10 times 10 is 100. Square root, you're back down to 10. Now you have this other 10 hanging out. What are you going to do with it? 10 divided by 10, you have a 1. 10 plus 10, you have a 20. 10 times 10, you're back to 100. Now you could square root that, but then you're at 10. So you're dead in the water. So this might be the only one. 10 divided by 10 is 1. 10 minus 1 is 9. Square root is 3. Factorial is 6. If I'm not mistaken, though, I don't think anything else really works except for factors of these. Meaning, well, this is kind of too low, but let's say 4. So 16. So then it would be the same idea as 9. You would just square root the 16, then you can do all this. 25. Square root the 25, you can do this. 36. Square root, do that. 49, do that. 64, do that. Like, I don't think 11's gonna work. Let's just talk about it. 11. So what would you do? You could do 11 divided by 11. That makes it 1. So 11 plus 1 is 12. What do you do with that? Square root? No, it doesn't have a square root. You'd get, what, 2 square roots of 3? So now if you go the other way and you minus it, you get the 10, but then we're dead in the water with the 10. Because if I could do something with a plain 10, this would have more options. 11 times 11, 121. Divided by 11, you're back at 11. Plus 11, 121 plus 11 is what is it? 132. Square root of that is, what is that? 13? No, 12 is 144, so it's not going to be higher than that. I don't know. Nothing. 11 minus 11 is 0. Plus 11, 11. Okay, you're dead at 11. Yeah, so I don't think the others work. But yeah, there you go. 0 through 9 and a bonus. I wish some of these I could do more on. Like, this looks pathetic. That's it? Just one little line? Or this one. These two. They're so small, they look like they're just one thing, but it's 2 categories. That's disappointing. I want a lot. Like, 6 has a lot. 2 has a lot more than I even wrote, because I just talked about them. 3 kind of has a lot. 4. Even 4 had this one, which was kind of cool and sexy. But then... Yay. 5's disappointing, too. Does 5 have anything else? 5 times 5 is 25. Square root would be 5. Divided by 5 is 1. Plus 5 is 10. 5 plus 5, 10 divided by 5, 2. See, if summation worked, then you'd be fine, because I could do 5 plus 5 is 10, divided by 5 is 2, summation is 3, factorial is 6. But no. Uh-oh, bonus. I just turned off the camera, and I was just sitting here looking at this for a little bit longer, and I thought of two more options. One was with 4s. I don't really have room to write it, but what you could do with 4, I'll just try to sneak it in here, is you could do 4 plus 4, that's 8, minus the square root of 4, which is 2. So 4 plus 4 is 8, minus 2 is 6. Didn't think of that one before. Oh yeah, you could also square root all of these. I didn't think of that either. Square root of 2 plus the square root of 2 plus the square root of 4. 2, 6. And then actually, when you square root that, you'd have all of these options come up, basically. Wow, so 4 just got huge now just because I forgot about square rooting. And the other one was with 3s. I totally forgot. You could add 3. 3 plus 3 plus 3. That's 9. Square root is back to 3. And then just summation that, 6. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9. Square root is back to 3, summation 6. Totally forgot about those two. Yeah, this one though, this one opens up doors. I didn't even notice that at first when we were doing this. Yeah, so now just like 9, how I said you can square root it and then you have everything that 3 has. 4, do the square root, you have everything 2 has, and 2 was huge. I know I didn't write as much, but I was talking about you could do a lot of goofy combinations. Are there any other squares that I missed? Maybe there's other squares I missed. Let's see. 1 squared is 1. 2 is 4. We just discovered that. 3 is 9. Nope, that's it. Because then anything after that's too high. 4 is 16, 25, 36, 49. Yeah! Oops, so my bad. There was a couple more that I forgot about.
So there it is. That little game. That was sort of fun. I like math. I have a degree in it, even. And I'm trying to take on a new role at my job that might involve more numbers and stuff. It's just my thing. And that was kind of fun and cool. I was I don't want to say worried, but I thought I was going to fail and I'd be recording myself and be like, dang it, I can't do this. But I did them all. The dang 8 one. The 8 one was probably the hardest, at least on the surface. Once you just get going, you're like, oh yeah, duh. But, yeah, that's pretty cool. And the low numbers, man, they can have a lot of options using those. Maybe they don't allow summation because summation would almost be like cheating. Maybe for some of them you could just cheat your way there. Like 3 summation is actually the same as 3 factorial. But like those ones that I keep going down to a 2, well, it's dead in the water. Like 10, I can get that down to 2. How did I do that? Oh yeah, 10 plus 10 divided by 10, that gets you down to 2. And then it's dead. But if you could use summation, then you could get 3 in factorial. So maybe they just took that one out just to make it a little harder. I'm trying to think if the other numbers would have any benefit with summation either, like 11. 11 plus 11 is 22, divided by 11 is 11. I mean, it's 2. Yeah, see? So you can get that one down to 2. You might actually be able to get everything down to 2. So maybe that's why summation is no good. Because chances are you'll be able to get every single number down to 2. Anyways, that was fun. If you watched this whole thing with me and you discovered one that I didn't think of, please feel free to hit me up in the comments. I want to hear it. It'd be cool. Add to this list. Learn some stuff. Have a little eye opener. Oh yeah, why didn't I see that? So that's all I got for this. And until next time, I said see ya.